To the show. Sorry, we were about to both hit the bell, but then we... Okay, well, you win, Dan. So welcome to ECS North America. We had Europe earlier with 2 matches. We have 2 more matches for you coming up. The first of which will be Optic versus Complexity. That will be starting very, very shortly indeed. But before it does, we will have a quick look at the rankings. I'm joined by Dan. Hello, Dan. Hello, James. Hello. Let's have a look at the rankings and see who is doing what at the moment. The important people are in the top 6. The top 2 will automatically qualify for LAN. The third until 6th will go to playoffs to see who will join them.
Look at that sweet 9-0, James. Look at it. Look at that sweet 9-0.
That is a clean 9-0.
Sweet as a nuts, James.
That is a clean 9-0. Everybody else got wrecked. So let's see. We have NRG and Liquid treading dangerous water at the moment. There are still 4 matches to go for most of these teams, so things can change, but there's a lot to play for between, well, almost all of those teams, Dan.
Indeed, it is. It's interesting to see that Optic are doing so well. And obviously, we'll see Optic in the first match today. I think TSM, the fact that they're so low down is a bit of a disappointment for them. And I think they have a lot more potential than is shown by the current scoreline that they're holding. And so we'll have to see if they can step things up a little bit. But we will have Complexity and Optic first up here today. So we'll have to see how Complexity are doing with their British imports, James. So far, I don't think they've been doing very well at all. No.
Definitely one of the worst teams in the league at the moment. So we have Train Cache and the decider will be Inferno. Just so you know, guys, we're not using the newest cache because there are 1 or 2 bugs in. Apparently, the squeaky door only opens inwards from both sides. And if you are inside the vents and the vent's not broken on whatever side you're on, you don't get flashbanged if the flash is on the other side. Therefore, we are using the workshop, the previous version, whatever it's called. I forget the official name. Pistol time, Dan. Train, let's go.
Let us go.
Oh, and Def.
Together we go. Def.
Is it Def who's playing from the UK because he has visa issues? Indeed. So we're back in Winterfox territory, Dan.
Oh my God.
The nightmare begins again.
Oh no. Please, please, no. Make it stop. Please, no. Not like this. But Optic, they've been doing quite well. They had a pretty respectable showing in some situations with Luminosity yesterday. Oh my God, Android, who is the official new pickup of Complexity. Very nicely done indeed. That is, beautiful, James. That is fully glorious. All of the glory was had. The P90 called, James. They want its glory back.
That was a brief engagement, Dan. The engagement was brief, like a Hollywood wedding, which never was.
mixwell actually got a TK as well, which is why it was so brief. Part of the reason.
He's on -1, Dan.
He's on -1, but I don't expect for him to be on -1 for long.
Well, very early days here, which is a bit Captain Obvious, Dan. Yes, it is.
It is. Indeed.
Optic moving over with the force buy to the B bomb site. Daps going for full nades, no Kevlar. I respect this. I respect it. I like it. 2 players playing semi-passive towards B. I feel like there's potential for a bomb plant to go down here. Daps has a Molotov. Will it be used for the good old GG Molotov? I'd like to see more creativity. But I mean, it's not really being beaten by too many teams. They're not countering it. I want to say we saw an anti-GG Molotov smoke earlier on today. Did we see that? I think we did.
Well, yeah, they saved the smoke. Actually, yeah, the CTs want to retake just for that purpose. But the burning. Daps is going to make a barbecue of death. And sancz come in the top. Oh, the tap here from Tech 9. 2 frags, 2 players deflected with that pistol, but they will be victorious regardless of CTs with the defuse. However, losses were significant. 3 players down, and the investment, that they made, 3 kills and a bomb plant. That is great. That is a good result. Not necessarily the expected result, but definitely a solid result. And they are going to be in a position now where they could even decide to force buy again, because that would be them keeping the pressure on Complexity. They got 3 kills in the round. There are some teams that would just say, let's just do it, guys. Let's do it. We have the set piece to go along with it, and then it can make sense. But Optic, banking on the AK-47s, I think that's actually can be an even better choice. But we can come back to the reasons why, as we might have a bit of an engagement here as the T's are marching into the inner area very rapidly. No sign of holding the brakes except for that flashbang. Lovely timed flashbang. The threat will indeed be, well, not nuclear actually, from this Optic side. Stanislaw with the Kevlar. He's the, it seems he's the raid boss there. Kevlar and no helmet with a Tech 9.
The rest of his team moving towards Ivy with the bomb, actually. We have Surreal coming in for some info, and there it is. The cleanup operation is almost complete, and it certainly is now. Perfect round from Complexity, nobody dying for the side. And now the buy comes in, now the serious work will start then.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is the thing, right, is that, so one of the things I wanted to mention previously, but I stopped myself, was that saving to make sure that you have the buy in this round is really cool from Optic, because essentially one of the concepts you're thinking about is they probably feel like they should be able to outskill their opponents. They don't need any trickery. So as long as they can get into positions where they can have some 1 versus 1, some aim battles, that they should come out on top in, let's say the yard pushes and vice versa. If you're going for the set pieces and relying on the chaos, it doesn't always go your way. It is subject to a little bit of variance, and variance is not required for Optic. I believe that individually they will match up incredibly well against Complexity. And witmer, the dedicated AWPer for the team, is going to whiff the first shot on the upper area there. So that's not going to be a good start for Complexity. An opportunity missed, perhaps, quite literally, as we see now a repositioning there. witmer's falling all the way back towards the connector area, I believe. And indeed, he will be in the connector now with that AWP.
Yeah, so easy rotation for him between both sites, going back to the A main area, as you can see. And with this execute coming in, I expect his position will be smoked off, but if he holds the angle, maybe he can go for a bit of a guess shot. He will be rotating straight up the ladder, in fact. Splash is coming in. mixwell is going to get tagged and get out of there before he gets killed. NAF-FLY taking one straight in the face, and the numbers are running out for the Optic side. daps alone now, and Complexity will get their first round on the board. New man, Android X, to get the final frag there.
Yep, it was a good defense from Complexity, and it was also a cool, a pretty standard opening from Optic. They put pressure towards inner and showed the presence there to try to obscure what they were doing. In reality, the funny thing is that it actually scared Complexity actually to almost preemptively rotating. I mean, witmer went to connector before after that play, so he was much more ready to deal with what was then an A push from Optic. So that kind of ended up being biting them in the backside in the end. Either way, it is the 4-0. We have another quasi from Optic using that round loss bonus to buy a few guns, and they don't have much expectation. They don't need much in this round. They are definitely buying fully next round regardless. So anything here is actually a bonus. Let's see if they can get something.
Well, daps is getting constantly tagged down, but he's not killed. Depth is. sancz getting caught with a nade in his hand. And we're down to a 3 versus 3 with not much spent here for Optic. Bomb's going to get planted. 2 men left for the Optic side. We'll see if they can get any more Tech 9 kills. They did well last time. No flank coming in for the CT side. They're all pushing in from B. witmer, Android, and Surreal. Rush trying to close the distance. He will on Surreal, but he won't get the kill. 2 players down for the Complexity side. Bomb planted for Optic, who still has a big fat 0 on the scoreboard. So far, so good for Complexity.
Absolutely. What was it that we saw from Optic that was really, really solid yesterday against Luminosity? They had, there was one half. Was it of Train? It
would have been Train.
It was CT side of Train, wasn't it? I think it was CT side of, or was it T side? It was T side of Train. I think it was T side of Train that they did well against Luminosity.
Were they playing loads of fast rounds against him? I do not recall. We can look at the VOD later. 5-0. mixwell on the big green gun now. We'll see if he can get his team with good starts. Got NAF-FLY headed over towards Ivy. 3 players around the B area. witmer's just jumping around. Done a bit of damage to himself there. I think he tried to bounce off the ladder, completely missed it, so he's down to 80. Bomb still passive towards A main.
The repositioning from witmer. witmer's actually been hitting his shots so far, and that is good to know for Complexity. Definitely needs to be on. Now, we'll get the push coming in momentarily from Optic. 3 players around the pop dog area, actually, and Ali will be pressured by a single player. The bomb is making its way towards Ali as well. And will Optic be able to get a pick here? The mixwell is being boosted there. But so far, oh, there it is. There's the peek. Gets the tag as well. But can he find the finishing blow? He realizes that maybe there's a chance for a second shot, and he is just off the tag there through the door, or through the surface, whatever it is. And that will be sancz staying alive. So witmer and sancz tagged down kind of low now. The push should surely come in soon, as there is not much time here for Optic to get in onto the bomb site. So they must go. There is no choice. And Android waits patiently Here behind the box, there's the peak, finds the first player, 1 versus 1 now, and he can combine. There's the trade frag from Surreal is holding it with him. Def also has cover there towards the alley side, and the trade comes in from mixwell, but this favors the CTs massively. 1 versus 3, and there's no time really for Rush to collect the ball and plant it, surely. Have to make a lot of frags on the way as well. There's no peeks at the smoke, gotta go through the smoke. This is an awful situation for Rush. Jumping with the AK, actually manages to get the frag, but the trade comes in. And this is a mess, James, for Optic so far. They're not able to get into these bomb sites.
Yeah, it's a quick start for the complexity side. And again, with one of their players playing from the UK, I do wonder what his ping is looking like at the moment. But 6-0, a great start for the CTs. Again, they'll need as much early advantage as they can get. Bearing in mind, this is going to be a long one for them, as it is a best of 3, not a best of 1. So, what is the play here? Are we going to see 2 people 3 pop dog with a smoke execute onto the A site, or will it be a bit of a fake? The smokes are being lined up, but they are quite spread out the Optic side, so I do wonder if they will be holding on to them for the time being, maybe showing some presence towards one side, then coming in for a push towards A. I think that's probably likely. You can see the bomb is around A main at the moment, but now it's starting to move back into the halls here. It is going to be a split, it looks like. People coming in from pop and from main.
Yeah, the push comes in. Can the frags be made though? Daps gets the first one. Trade comes in from Android. They want a piece here, but who is going to be able to outlast who? 3 versus 3, and the bomb will go down. Optic taking advantages, but being one straight back by witmer. Another shot rattled off there, but witmer won't connect. And now it's down to Def. Can Def get it done here? It's going to be a tough one. Probably the hardest side to retake in the game. After plant positions unknown so far. Will Def get lucky? Will he find the back of one of these tees? It's Rush, though, who's going to be turning away just at the wrong timing, giving Def a chance. The time is starting to tick away there. The smoke and the tap. Oh, he's actually going to go for the hold here. The pressure comes in. Stanislaw, can he get it in time? He did. He did. It was so close. I had to actually look up and check because that looks so damn close. But I would love to know how close exactly that was in milliseconds. But Optic put a round on the board. And NAF-FLY actually purchased the scout, so you can see that their money, despite winning the round, is not the best because 4 players died there. And
he seemed to completely miss him. I do wonder if he's in some kind of weird 4x3 because he was right below him, standing halfway in the smoke. And I thought if he really defuses the bomb like that, that would be one of the most bizarre defuses possibly ever. Well, there we go.
Maybe he's playing 1x4, James.
Yeah, maybe he's playing on 5 screens and he has extreme wide angle.
All right, here we go. Oh, the pick from mixwell, that was phenomenal. I mean, I couldn't even see that guy. Obviously, we had the X-ray, but I don't know how he found that. It's going to be 5 versus 4 immediately for complexity to deal with. And now you got to imagine Optic are more interested now in trying to get the play in to the bomb site as opposed to playing a prolonged picking battle where perhaps Surreal could hit an AWP shot, let's say, now that he's picked up an AWP, and then the advantage is left the Optic side before they're on the site. But it does look like they have the same idea. They will want to play for the site. I think they're going to try to fake A, actually, pull rotation from B, and then hit B.
Well, you might be right, but it seems that complexity are not buying it. There's no fast aggression here. Maybe NAF-FLY should be going for some more harassment. He has a scout after all, but no, they're moving into the B bomb site. The bomb is down there, and the CTs are getting all the frags. Surreal taking down mixwell, and there we go. Daps gets taken down as well. So it's NAF-FLY with the scout, the man who probably should have been. It's almost like they want to go for the fake, but they don't want to actually sell the fake by having somebody push into the site. It's like, oh, there are some smokes down, but there's also complete silence. So a bit Captain Obvious, and complexity will rotate in the right place, get all the frags.
Yeah.
Surreal with the 3K. Surreal, the guy who's an AWPer from the UK, will quietly throw the AWP back to Witmer.
Yeah, it's an interesting situation because you almost want 3 players to go out yard there, or maybe two yard and one pop dog or something. As you say, you have to really commit a lot if you want to really sell a fake. Some maps it's harder to need more sacrifice than others in blood in players. But Optic getting crushed on their T side right now. Complexity having a really good go of this, and I really feel like it was the T side of Optic that was good against Animosity yesterday. So if that is the case, if I do recall correctly, then this is a sudden turnaround. I must say, as a complexity. I don't think you can compare them with Luminosity. Can you compare? Who can you compare with Luminosity? Not many teams.
Not anybody in North America, Dan.
Na'Vi, perhaps.
No offense.
Maybe a little bit of NIP.
I don't know that they're comparable, actually. I'll leave it at that.
That is fair.
Well, Complexity looks to be taking the bomb over towards the A site. There are no grenades at the moment on any of these players. Simply charging in with P250s. Can they get a bomb plant, though? They've got a good opportunity, but the bomb is still kind of in an awkward spot next to connector where there are 3 CTs. You can see mixwell there. He's currently stuck in no man's land. Bit of an awkward situation for him. Does he stay and stand and fight, or does he run? He chose to stand and fight, and now the bomb has been lost. Although Optic have picked up 2 M4s here, and they've taken down, obviously, the players who had those M4s prior. So we're down to a 3 versus 3, with now it's Complexity who are stuck in the choke point. Shoulder peeking there, but they have the Kevlar to their advantage, and the helmets. sancz taking daps down. That's by the players to pop up. 1 by 1, Optic will face and go down. Stanislaw will pick up an M4 and take exactly the same spot that his teammates were punished in. No frags, no more frags for the Optic side, no plant either. 8-1, monster start for a Complexity.
Yeah, absolutely. Complexity doing quite well. And I wonder what Optic are going to be able to do to turn this around at this point, because so far they haven't been able to find any luck. Like, the play where they decided to go with the fake is actually kind of an interesting one, also due to the fact that they had the player advantage. Like, mixwell did his job, he got the pick early in the round, and they decided to try to capitalize by running the fake. And I can't help but wonder, you know, what would have happened if they just would have gone through onto the bomb site, one of the bomb sites of the team. Either way, they would be trying to use the grenades here to get themselves in onto the A bomb site where the plant moves and kills. So far, though, no damage from either side.
Well, witmer will get things kicking off. Again, this is not the best buy from Optic. The bomb going down in the smoke, though. Complexity will rather have the bomb go down and go for a risky play through the smoke. There is the cleanup. Only Def goes down. sancz surviving with 3 HP. That's going to be like 6k stage with 3 HP. He got a 3k as well. So good on him. 9-1 now. Complexity. The stronger CT side they can have, the better. If it went to 9-6, I'd still favour Optic to take the map. So as much rounds as Complexity can rack up here, it will be in their favour, especially as Def is playing with 130 ping. Yeah,
honestly, I actually thought that Optic would run over Complexity a little bit, to be honest. I actually felt like that would be what we would see, but they're having a bit of a struggle so far. Maybe a slow start for them in some regards, but Stanislaw will get himself out into an aggressive position on yard more or less immediately. We'll see witmer with a pick against the AWPer. Mr. Mixwell, the Spanish import, is out of the round, and NAF will pick up the AWP. So this time, Optic not getting the pick, courtesy of mixwell, and Stanislaw, who was creeping in yard, who was another playmaker for the team in this round, he's gone down. So now things really do rest on NAF with the AWP here to make it some space, but he's going to get flashed out, caught off, and is lucky to survive. Whiffs the shot. In comes the second player. NAF has a good sense about it. Picks up the kill, and the next one comes in as NAF kills the trader. Another player to flick to. I cannot believe he doesn't hit that shot. That was so close. Def will take him down. And that was almost a round for Optic. But they had to fight back from so many disadvantages continuously. So another round claimed by Complexity.
Yeah, 130 ping clutch as well. No pressure, Def. 10-1. The money mixed on the Optic side. They will try to keep it somewhat together for the following round as their loss bonus continues at max. Got what looks, you would imagine, would be an A execute with all the smokes they have. They can get one, well, they could make a wall of smokes towards B as well, and then perhaps try to run through it and take the yard. We shall see. We've got 2 CTs in there, but again, Surreal is close to connector. The smoke's flying in there pretty quickly, so we'll have 3 men on the site. Pretty fast. Molotov, HG's coming in, but not much damage done to the Thieves just yet. Def coming in close, getting early advantages. 2-man looking for the third spray down, but running out of bullets there, so finally goes down. Surreal will stop the bomb from being planted, and the remaining Thieves trying to advance. No plant for them. They did leave money in the bank, so it doesn't actually matter at this point. Their buy comes in regardless. They needed the round win, not the plants, and they failed.
Complexity trying to take over after Luminosity here. I mean, it's 11-1, James, and how long have we even been going right now? What, something like 10 minutes? It feels like something like that. It's not been very long. So fast pace to the rounds, and you know, complexity are on the CT side. So you know, Optic not opting to play too slow. But any push from the CTs is going to meet great success. Surreal picks up the first kill, switching to, not sure what he was switching to there, but his team will be punished. Android and Surreal will both die, but in comes witmer. This is the shot though. And Stanislaw, meanwhile, creeps. He finds an opportunity in the destabilized CT setup. There is space to move into the yard, and Stanislaw does exactly that, picking up a kill onto sancz. And now two players, witmer and Def, survive for the CT side. Now witmer is eliminated, back to Def again. 1 versus 2 this time. Not an easy ask. Great tag coming in though, rush down to 15. The spray comes in onto the next player. NAF-FLY is dead, and all of a sudden, Def has pretty much even health to his opponent. Although Rush has the HE, James. He has the HE. Will he get a dunk?
Ooh. This is a very nice plant because you can lurk in connector as well as the T side of the B bomb site to stop this from coming in. But Def is coming from the right direction. Rush with the high ground, but that's what needed to happen there because that's a really nice off angle from Rush actually. Again, he can use the HE if he hears the defuse attempts come in as well. So he was winning that in a multitude of ways. Optic double their score. And funnily enough, Complexity have no money left following this buy. So this could still go 11-4 if Optic could take this round as well.
Wow. Yeah, this is really huge from Complexity so far. Let's see if they can get anything else done. There you go, the push comes in right now. Still the first frag onto mixwell. Optic, a team who've had some good showings recently, are starting to struggle here, but they are starting to fight back, show a glimpse of their former glory. But fight back to Complexity as well. The bomb is now down. Def top fragging for the team, hitting a lot of damage into this round. Now Surreal's in the 1 versus 2. We're seeing a lot of these UK players in these clutch moments. And Surreal, he's got the bomb. I'm not sure that he knows exactly where it is just yet. But there is the creep at the top of the ladder. NAF-FLY falls down the ladder. Easy frag for Surreal. And another round won by Complexity. 12-2. Massive scoreline for Complexity. And wow.
Wait, show me that scoreboard again. Def has got 20 kills with 130 ping down. That is pretty crazy. Yep. That's pretty crazy.
That anti-lag though. Let's see if Optic on the last round with a jumble sale buy can get something out of this. Can they squeeze anything out of this one?
It's a yard sale, Dan.
The yard sale.
The yard sale, the American buy. There's wait, don't you have the lemonade stand as well?
I was thinking of that, yeah.
Need the lemonade stand. The Kool-Aid's all out, just got some lemons in there. Have you ever had Kool-Aid?
No, actually, no.
I have not had Kool-Aid either. I have no desire to try Kool-Aid, Dan. I'll take some still water, thank you very much.
Well, it looks like Complexity will clean up this round for Optic. Optic with the lemon stand and the lemons, James, but no, nothing to squeeze the lemons with.
When life gives you lemons, Dan, launch them into the faces of your opponents. That's what Complexity are doing. Firing all the lemons at Optic. Daps will be the last one to be subjected to lemons. Although, he has a minute. I can't believe he uses the mouse wheel to scroll to nades.
Does he?
Well, he just did. He just scrolled through his knife to his flashbang.
I didn't even notice that.
I mean,
that is suboptimal.
You should have a dedicated mouse button, or a dedicated button somewhere on your keyboard or your mouse for your flashbangs, your smokes, and your molotovs.
There's actually a player in Quick Life who did the same thing, and everyone massively criticized him all the time because there are moments when you die because of it, basically. Yeah. But he was too stubborn to ever change it. I don't think he ever did.
The side of my mouse has 2 buttons. The front one is flashbang, the back one is a smoke grenade. T is a molotov, and 4 is just a HE grenade. You can make it back up to a cycle of grenades if you want to. For me, it's just a HE grenade. I have to make it HE only to condition myself to use the other buttons, Dan. It works successfully. I
used to have mouse wheel up as primary and mouse wheel down as secondary weapon, but I actually changed that because I want to use that as the bunny hop, James. Because it's so weird, you can't really just reliably do it with spacebar in this game.
Real men use spacebar then.
I use spacebar as well. Anyway, so we have the push coming in now on Ali for the T side of Complexity. Now, if they win this pistol round, it's over in map 1. It's just lights out there for Optic. And so far, it's looking good here. The men advantage has been found by the Ts, but now quickly it's going back thanks to Stanislaw with a quick 2K. But now it's down to Daps. Daps versus Def and witmer. Can he do this? Oh, looks like Def's going to find him. And daps has no Kevlar. That's actually kind of a big deal right now. If daps is to get in a prolonged engagement, he's going to be very... oh, he's actually going to get 1 kill there. Yeah, if he gets tagged in an engagement, he's not going to be able to aim accurately due to the aim punch. And Def's going to go straight for the guaranteed plant towards B. Smart stuff. And also, Def has time to actually get a sneaky position. But he does not know how much time he has. That's the other issue for him.
Nice, they're fully exposed plants as well. Although Def's position is actually pretty bad, all things considered. Because there aren't that many places he can try to defend this plant from. He can go up the slope to hit the side, but he's exposed from connector then. So he pretty much has to stay here and bank on the daps coming in from the right angle. So he knows where he is now, and that might be a problem. That smoke for daps. I mean, it's the best he could do in a situation. He didn't really have much choice, but he has lost. So 14-2. This could be a quick one, Dan.
Yeah, it's looking like a very quick one, unless something catastrophic is to occur for Optic. But I don't foresee any earthquakes happening right now. Complexity should be good to close this. They just need to run a proper anti-force buy, and they should be fine. Let us see what they opt to do. Optic will be up against some aggressive players. We have, or rather the other way around, Optic playing aggressive. Complexity will be up against the aggression as we see the pistols try to make a close range engagements here. Putting themselves into Pop Dog, up to team main. But so far so good for Complexity. I mean, I like the decision to go into the B yard. The only issue is that if the pistols do get close, it can get a little bit weird, and everyone's rotating. They're actually going to fake it and then go back, forcing a bit of a rotation. But they're not all running down Pop Dog, James, which would have enabled them to beat out the rotation. Instead, they're actually allowing Optic, of course, to see that nothing's happening and then go back to their positions as they were.
That is a curious choice. Well, they've put 3 in Pop, so it seems they're going to try and go for a split. But how long will they wait? We have often seen people waiting a little bit too long. The pop flash comes in. Bit of a basic one, but Ian will do. And the clearance will begin. There is a player still on the A site. Rush gets taken down. Witmer doesn't have any bullets. He's jumping around too much with nothing to fire with. He will get taken down. Somehow we are suddenly in a 2 versus 2. I have no idea what happened. 30 seconds left. The bomb is on the site, but doesn't seem that the T's know what is safe. Guns being collected by the CTs as well. Let's not forget they have armor. So Def, I think, knows where both players are at the moment, and the bomb is being planted over towards the B bomb site. So he will run distraction for the time being. He's got 20 bullets in, but he's got to be careful through the smoke. He might compromise himself here. Things getting a little bit weird now, but he's still occupying these players. He sees daps, he sees NAF-FLY, and he will finally go down. So we've got a 1 versus 2. Android X. Do they even realize it's the wrong bomb site?
They don't. That's what the smoke did, I think. I think that is exactly what the smoke did.
Oh dear, look, they've given up. They're like, okay, guys.
Yeah.
Too much time has passed. We have no health. We have no kits. We have been distracted. We have been well and truly sold all the way down the river, through the sewers, into a ditch.
I like the funny thing from Witmer there was, like, you know, when he's jumping around the Mac 10, then he's like, okay, I want to keep jumping around. I want to jump into connector. And then it's like, oh, I've got no bullets, but I really want to jump there, so I'll switch to the Glock. And then he gets to a player and sees the player, and he's like, oh my god, better switch to the gun with 1 bullet in it. It's like, which is quite hilarious. Like yeah. the cognitive dissonance there is hilarious. So here we go. We've got the 15-2 scoreline, and Complexity looking like they're just going to smash through Optic's defense. They have the tools to do it. They've got missiles against sticks and stones right now, and we shall see if the missiles can win. I'm banking on the missiles, James. Here we go. The push comes into the A yard. They're going to try to get those long-range engagements, and the CTs are closing the distance somewhat. And actually, in some regards, the smokes aren't helping initially for Complexity, because they want these long-range engagements where they're more favorable. And in fact, the MP9 is going to be helping out mixwell a little bit, picks up a kill on the death, but they are all dead. 16-2. That's going to be map 1. What a ridiculous scoreline. I thought that Optic were going to run, like, on paper, I'm like, okay, Optic
just couldn't get things going. I don't know what else to say. I mean, Def top fragging, 23 frags with 130 ping.
So having trouble with that one.
So it's, yeah, it's a little bit, well, I don't know what to say. It's quite the shocker there. But One map does not a team make. Cash will be the second map in this best of 3. There isn't really much to say about that.
No, it's just there isn't. There actually just isn't too much to say about that because there wasn't much of a really a
map in this best of 3. There isn't really much to say about that.
No, it's just there isn't. There actually just isn't too much to say about that because there wasn't much of a really much posted by Optic there. Like the Optic didn't really get to do anything.
Yeah.
They just got shut down immediately. So
well, sometimes such is life. We'll see if Complexity can take it to 2 here. The second map will be Cash. During the break, we will have another
cobblestone case giveaway.
Yes, for subscribers. So make sure you do whatever Reese told you to do. When we come back, somebody will win some junk from a cobblestone case. See you in a few minutes.